Mr. Joshi, do you believe that these 300 or so Indians on that chartered aircraft were actually planning to sneak into the United States?
There's no question of believing or disbelieving. This is a fact.
Right.
In fact, the aircraft, as I've reported, emanated from, I think, UAE
Yeah.
and Dubai. And it has, in fact, for technical reasons, probably it landed in Vatry. That's a smaller airport near Paris. And there the police intercepted it. French police intercepted it and found that they are all without documentations. So they're illegal immigrants. In fact, the first thing, I don't know, not much of a report that what their plans were, because 27 of them opted to stay back there also. They have not come back, they're not deported. But this is, I'm sure this must not be a stray incident. And the fact that the flight has not started from India, it gives me enough reason to believe that these are already migrants who have either working or settled down in Dubai, etc., and looking for better pastures elsewhere. And we are probably finding it. As you know, the reasons for illegal migration or immigration to different countries are same at different levels. Maybe for you and me, going there will go for a legal route because you would have education, we would have documents, and we know that it's possible to go like that. And but the reasons for others also are not too different from people from our strata going to those places, because they think that there will be better economic prospects, education, quality of life, escape from conflict, etc. You know, so that is what the feeling. Similarly, for a workman or for somebody who is thinking of this, but here the question for this particular incident, it makes me feel little, in fact, difficult to say that what was their reason, whether they were going for better economic prospects or they were being taken, whether they are going on their own or they are being taken. Because there is a chartered aircraft and Romanian charter company, that's what I'm sure. So it's must be a very organized kind of a thing. Otherwise, it's not a regular aircraft that somebody tries to sneak in or something, or as we see in movies that across the border you go try wait for days and then different routes and reach a country. Now it's so therefore I don't know whether it was a trafficking or it was actually a migration attempt by the individuals genuinely. I just give you some reasons why people migrate actually. As I told you, there are primarily three important reasons. One is they think that the economic prospects in that country is better. Maybe the wages are higher, the living standards are better, and also they don't have the class conflicts. You know, I belong to a particular section or something. That also they probably worry. So that is an allurement to them to migrate. Then they also think that other countries are better provider of education and quality of life, which today we have to differ and discuss. Then, you know, also people are facing different conflicts in one's country. Why they choose to illegal? Because legally they can't migrate. If somebody is persecuted in India, he can't, even if he wants, can't migrate despite anything. But there are several ramifications. Look, an illegal immigrant to any country does not get the status of a citizen of that country in any case. And the risk is always there, including proceedings, criminal prosecutions, deportations. Then, you know, also the second thing is exploitation. If people go there that they'll get better prospects of employment, but they end up getting exploited. Because the moment an employer abroad also knows that somebody is not having documents and is an illegal migrant, will also exploit.
Take advantage of, that's right.
Yes, and they then fall into, if this was not a human trafficking, then they fall into that human trafficking, or criminal organizations might take them. They'll be put in unsafe working conditions, right? There'll be several human rights abuses they'll be subjected to. Similarly, there'll be also financial and emotional stress, like going abroad illegally. Even legally you see that it's not so easy. It also costs you a lot.
Right.
There are anxieties. When you send children abroad for a study or something, that also needs preparation.
Yeah, in fact, I want to bring Aditya in on this.
Please,
Mr. Joshi, Aditya, is this one more factor that is going to come in the way of India-US ties? Large numbers of Indian illegal immigrants trying to cross over into the United States. This year is one of the highest ever.
Well, as the gentleman said, this is a reality. It's a fact that one has to deal with. It isn't something new. It has been happening for years together. We've also seen in the process many Indians unfortunately dying, sitting in containers for days together out of
crossing
bitter
over
cold.
into freezing borders.
Mexico and all these places.
Canada,
so it's a reality. In this particular case, my hunch is that this is also human trafficking, which has happened and needs a larger investigation really, because this was a chartered flight that was taken and was being flown from Dubai, and perhaps either due to technical reasons or there was some kind of a tip-off, because there's confusion still as to what exactly happened, because it's the anti-human trafficking crime unit of the French police that is actually investigating this case in greater detail. I think most of the Indians have now landed back in Mumbai, and there will be investigations into how they actually went to UAE and then were being transferred to the US. But I think it's a reality. Not just Indians, but people from all across the globe are lining up at the US border, not just through these aircrafts, but through containers as well as through tunnels.
Containers, tunnels, ships, boats, whatever you have. So, Mr. Joshi, what can a country like India do? I mean, obviously, it doesn't look really nice internationally for a country that's going to be the third largest economy, as we were just discussing earlier, to have record number of people trying to, illegally migrate into another country. What can India do to kind of discourage this, or probably streamline this, even if it's possible?
I think we are geared up. Like the problem is not as different from the legal migrants, right? Brain drain. So I think the technique is the same only to arrest brain drain. That you have to provide everything, and I think India is coming up. In fact, last decades, I think it is doing so well that children do not wish to legally even do not wish to go there. So it is the only thing that giving this sense of that belonging and the sense of the fact that in India you get everything and you have go to your roots. And this is also true, people from different states coming and gathering in metro cities in India itself. The reason is the same. So therefore the government, I think, has already started this smart city concept. The smaller towns are coming up. I think that is the only way to deal with and better provide free education, etc. That is one of the things. And sense of security has to be heightened. And it is in fact increasing day by day, but there will be still, because of the large number of population in the country. It's not that in one day it can be possible that everybody is given employment or something. And also still people feel that the other side of the grass is greener.
So that's right. No, but the point you mentioned is a valid point. The fact that the answers to this illegal immigration actually lie back at home, and it is for us to make sure that you create the conditions back in India to ensure that people don't leave the way they are doing right now, risking their life and limb and putting themselves at the disposal of criminal gangs. But I want to thank you very much, Mr. Joshi and Aditya, for your insights into this very burning issue of illegal immigration into the United States.
News9 Plus. Download now.